What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. Again a cross-format video to different new decks. Thank you for the suggestions. I've added a lot of decks to the lists that I still have to do for these kind of videos. These are two decks also mentioned by a few people from my previous videos. The first deck list you see here is a famous zombie deck, zombie-oriented deck with Card of Safe Return, which is currently banned. For every zombie type monster that special summons from your grave, you get to draw one card, and it has no restriction, so not once per turn. And it was also the deck is from 2007. This is Matt Pedal's deck list, by the way, from Shonen Jump Washington in 2007. It was also the Shonen Jump where, that Jonathan LaBounty won with Perfect Circle. This was also the first Shonen Jump where Perfect Circle made some sort of introduction with Wing Blast, Phoenix with Wing Blast. And yeah, pretty much the top 8 was dominated by these kind of zombie decks with Illblood, Card of Safe Return, Zombie Masters, and so on. But yeah, it was eventually Jonathan LaBounty with his Perfect Circle deck that won this tournament. Then the second deck list is one of the most famous decks names in this game's history. It's called Dupe Scoop. Very good name for the deck because of machine duplication and Guard Trooper. Guard Trooper was at 3 at that moment, and also why this deck was very famous. It was of course because of the OTKs. You had Future Fusion, you had Overload Fusion, the Brain Control for game. Sakuretsu armors were replaced by Triple Trap Dust Shoot to look at your opponent's hand. It was pretty much heavy machine beatdown. Also around 2007. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see some duels. Okay, so the first duel, I will be the one playing with the zombie deck. Yeah, my opponent is playing the Machine Troop Dupe deck. He opens with Future Fusion, opening with Future Fusion. Most of the time, if you still have 2 or 3 Cyber Dragons in your deck, it's just better to send 2 Cyber Dragons to your grave to get, what is it called, Cyber Twin Dragon in 2 turns. It's much better than, for example, send all the machines to your grave just to fuel your Chimera Tech Over Dragon for a possible OTK later, because yeah, Future Fusion obviously special summons the fusion monster 2 turns later, and if you want to fusion summon for Chimera Tech Over Dragon, it's not that useful, because when Over Dragon is fusion summoned, your whole field will be blown up, including itself, because Future Fusion is gone. So that's why most of the time it's just better to send 2 or 3 Cyber Dragons to your graveyard with Future Fusion. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the problems I've had with the decklist, with the zombie decklist. The amount of tributes. I think we are playing like 4 tributes, double Ryokaki and double Illblood, but I think they are a bit cloggy. Yeah, that's I think Matt Pedal's decklist. I mean, yeah, pretty much all the zombie decklists that topped that Shonen Jump back then, they were very similar. I think, yeah, Paul Lefton, Dale Belido were also playing pretty much the same deck. I think, yeah, maybe 1 tribute less, and also a crush card in the main deck. Nobleman of Crossout is face down card. Knock was very important because of all the recruiters. So I set my own Pyramid Turtle, and also in the beginning I think I should have knocked his Dekachi. Indeed, I don't know why I didn't do that. He takes a huge risk. He goes for Chimera Tech Over Dragon together with the Cyber Phoenix. Cyber Phoenix prevents targeting, yeah, the machine types in general, so no Snatch Steal, no Brain Control, but unfortunately for him I do have Mirror Force, so he's not able to OTK me. Drawing to Card of Safe Return, not that useful at the moment. There is the ripped Snatch Steal. Yeah, for everyone who played during a format where Snatch Steal was legal, I think everyone, at least one time, got sacked by a Snatch Steal. And same for Brain Control, so activate Card of Safe Return, Book of Life, back the Cocky, draw 1 card, but yeah, Brain Control steals the game here. So this was one of the reasons why Brain Control was banned some time ago. Just rip the Brain Control and attack for game, and pretty much steal the victory. Yeah, maybe not in this case, but it was yeah, a lot of times when brain control was still legal. This is the famous Dupe move. Just, yeah, special summon your Cyber Dragon, normal summon your Trooper, activate machine duplication, mill 9 cards, and yeah, if your opponent has one set card, it was most of the time like a Dekachi during that format, and you could just, yeah, attack over your opponent's face down monster and get in for a huge amount of damage with your 3 card troopers, and maybe attack for game if you had limited removal. But yeah, this is of course the zombie deck, so I can just block all of those attacks with Pyramid Turtle and yeah, and with Illblood. Although my hand is not that great, but yeah, activate Illblood's effect, so normal summon it to get its effect, special summon the Pyramid Turtle. Illblood does have the restriction that when Illblood itself is removed on the field, all the monsters that were special summoned from Illblood's effect will be destroyed. So obviously I think the better move here was to attack into his Cyber Dragon and go for cocky and get in some damage. And I think set the Normal Man as a summon bluff and the Mirror Force. This is good, he goes into the defense. So I can again use Illblood's effect. Sadly, no card of save return to get some nice pluses. Knock his Dekachis. Yeah, we can both check our decks. Yeah, I can check my opponent's deck, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Get in for some huge damage. He's yeah, he ends up with 500 life points, which is just enough, so we cannot activate his brain control. Otherwise, he would have been very much live in the duel, because he can special summon Cyber Dragon, brain control one of my monsters, and tribute my monster for Jinzo. So it would be very much live. But top deck into MST, so MST is back row, clear the way, knock his monster, and attack for game. So yeah, again, a very good duel. Yeah, compared to the other videos, these duels are a bit longer, since the zombie deck is, yeah, compared to the machine deck, zombie is very passive. I'm waiting with my recruiters. Hopefully my opponent, yeah, I let my opponent attack them, which, yeah, it's very much different compared to the machine deck, which is very aggressive. You want to OTK your opponent or get him as low as possible, deal a lot of damage. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, as we saw from last turn, Card Trooper, Machine Duplication, attack over my monsters. This time I end with Ryokoki, fairly decent. He also has the Pot of Avarice in his hand, which is, I think, live. Yeah, not now, but yeah, he has obviously 3 Trooper on the field. And here I was thinking for a long time, maybe I should keep my Book of Life, just in case he can get rid of my field. I have a follow-up play next turn. But yeah, maybe I eventually go for it, the special summon of a 4th monster to clear his field, get in a lot of damage. But at the same time, now he has, I think, one Cyber Dragon in his grave, which is a target for Overload Fusion. So I know if he has Overload Fusion, he can attack for game, because my back row is a Dust Tornado, and that's useless. But yeah, if you see now, it didn't really matter. Snipe Hunter, yeah, destroys my back row, and he can, yeah, clearly Overload Fusion for game. Chimera Deck can attack, I think, 5 times, because he used 5 machine type monsters for the fusion summon. So that was just too good back then, like Snipe Hunter. I believe the deck, yeah, Machine Beatdown deck plays double Snipe Hunter, clear that back row or the monsters, and yeah, go for the OTK. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why Snipe Hunter was so good, since it's very versatile in destroying your opponent's, yeah, your opponent's resources. Flip over, yeah, this was also a very important move, just in case if your opponent has something like a Torrential Tribute. First summon your monster and then activate Normal Man. So yeah, if you would do it the other way around, like Normal Man first and then summon your monster, your opponent can still Torrential without losing their monster, of course. Pro Storm is ass, so destroy both the Torrential and the Scapegoat, attack his monster. Always attack the monster first. I don't want to let him like flip his Dekachi and Tribute for Jinzo, something like that. So yeah, sitting on both recruiters, a double Illblood in hand, again one of the downsides of the deck. You don't really want to draw your tributes, so both your Cockies and Illbloods. So it's not that great. Put my Turtle in defense just in case of Mirror Force. Yeah, normal summons the Snipe Hunter, rolls a 4, so Giant Red is destroyed. I believe, yeah, he rolls a 6. In a 3 chance you miss with Snipe Hunter. He discards his brain control. Yeah, kind of crippling me because I lose both my recruiters, and yeah, sitting on both those useless Illbloods, not that good. So yeah, draw to Snipe Hunter, so I think I'm pretty much forced to Snipe Hunter here. Use this effect, I think miss, obviously. You always miss with Snipe Hunter, so not that big of a deal, since yeah, both Illbloods were dead. Nicely sitting dead in my hand, of course. Book of Life, draw into Zombie Master with card of safe return, so that's all good. Very much alive again in the duel, attack over his tokens. He draws a useless Cyber Dragon, sets its ring. Then it's my turn again. I think I'm going to normal summon my Illblood again, yeah, to get its effect. He changed Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction. We both drop to 3-8, and this should be the duel if I don't miss with my Snipe Hunter, and I don't, so nice. Destroy one of his Go tokens, and I can nicely attack for a game. So very sweet, very good duels. Okay, the last duel of the video. My opponent gets to start as a nice opening hand with the Trap Dust Shoot. Very good card back then. Free information about the opponent's hand, so you can act accordingly. So attack over his Dekachi, set the Widespread Ruin. Yeah, Widespread Ruin was played back then because it didn't target, so it's also very good against cards like Cyber Phoenix, for example, since yeah, obviously Cyber Phoenix prevents cards like Sakuretsu from being activated. So that's one of the reasons why Widespread Ruin was preferred over cards like Sakuretsu Armor. So attack over his tokens and pass again, having that useless Ryokaki in hand. Yes, a very good hand, seeing that he has Card Trooper, Heavy Storm, Machine Duplication in hand. He's going to search out the Snipe Hunter. So again, although I'm still at 8k, if I don't watch out, he can nicely OTK me. There is a brain control, so he loses 800 life points. First going to attack, which is the better move, so I don't Widespread Ruin his monster. And then in main phase 2, yeah, he's going to tribute it for Cyber Dragon, still sitting on a possible OTK with Heavy Storm, Machine Duplication and Card Trooper. He attacks into the Pyramid Turtle, okay, which is fine. No, I'm going to attack indeed. I'm giving up some life points here, I think 1800 extra. To thin my deck, hopefully draw some good cards with card of safe return, so activate Zombie Master effect, discard the useless Ryokaki, I think. 2 draws, draw an Illblood, again not a great draw, and the normal man, and there's, I get punished for the, having that many cards in my back row. He Heavy Storms. Immediately he's going to fuel his grave. I don't think he mills a lot of machines. I think he only has 1 in the grave. Yeah, the Dekachi attacks into my turtle. I have to go for Reaper in defense to stall out his attacks. And draw into MSC. Yeah, this is one of the problems I've had with the zombie deck. It has a lot of difficulties with high attack monsters if you don't have like brain control or creature swap, for example. So yeah, attack over his monster. Maybe it was a better move to brain control his Card Trooper and tribute a Card Trooper for my monster. But yeah, then again, we know the OTK is coming here. Snipe Hunter again, very crucial for the OTK, and a huge Chimera attack over Dragon. I think with 8k attack, yeah, steals the victory right here. So very common back then. Snipe Hunter clears the way for a free OTK with either Future Fusion or Overload Fusion. So GG, I think the duels shown here pretty much show off how the decks were back then. So yeah, I think that's it. Between both decks, I think it's 50-50. I mean, it's hard to say. The zombie deck is very passive. You're waiting on your opponent to attack over your recruiters, while the machine deck was very aggressive with Cyber Dragons, with Snipe Hunter, Overload Fusion, Machine Duplication, Card Trooper, and so on. Very OTK oriented. So yeah, again, thanks everyone for the suggestions. If you again have any suggestions that I should do, decks that I should review in these kind of cross-format duels, all the suggestions are always welcome. One of the decks are ready for next video. Insectors. Insectors is a lot of people suggested Insectors, so they are definitely coming up. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.